This video is to address something that's not really talked about in this industry at all. And it plagues most life insurance agents in this business. And that's the constant urge to switch things up, to try something new, to try a new lead source, to sell a new product, to try a different niche, to look at a different opportunity or a new agency. Okay. It's a huge reason for failure in this business. And I want to talk through that today because I found that agents just aren't committing themselves long enough to anything. Okay. And it's really important because, a lot of agents get this feeling of, they go into an opportunity. It's new. It's exciting. They have that, they're super motivated at the very beginning. And then they dig into an opportunity, they get into the grind, and it's a lot. You have to learn a new script, new technology, learn, how to navigate certain leads. And, it's different. And so they're not successful right away. And so they start looking at different things. And that is the trap that agents are falling into, because I firmly believe that if you do something long enough over time, you can't help but be successful. Think about your business right now. What would happen if you did the activity you're supposed to do? Okay? If you did that every single day for 2 years, do you believe that you'd be thriving financially? I'd say most of you would say yes, okay? I've never met anyone in this business not wildly successful after committing themselves for 2 years. And I mean full commitment, right? Taking enough leads, doing enough activity, and really committing themselves for 2 full years. Look, you can be successful in the first week, months, year, 2 years, and do fine. But I'm talking wildly successful. Okay. I'm talking about you're making more money than you've ever made, and it's changing your life. That's what I'm talking about right here. Because even if you are successful, I'll bet you can commit even more to this business and get to where you want to go in life. All right. So the thing is, most agents, they can't commit. They're constantly distracted by new leads, new carriers, new agencies, different niches, different products. And I get it, right? I understand why agents are attracted to those things. How do you know if you're in the right opportunity, if you're selling the right product, if you're working the right lead source for you? Okay. Because sometimes you desperately need to change the situation that you're in. I get that. So, if you're hammering activity, right, and the business is failing, right, you're going to drain your finances and you'll be left with nothing. If that's you, yes, you should look at something else because it's not working. But you need to ask yourself first, are you actually hammering at your business, doing the activity that it takes and giving it that full effort, that full commitment? Because if you are and it's not working, yes, that's when you should look at something new. But you should not look at something new if you've just started what you're doing and you haven't given it the full commitment yet. But you need to figure out first if you have given it your full commitment, your full effort. That's where I believe the vast majority of agents are in this business. They're not giving it their full commitment, okay? Because maybe they just don't believe in what they're doing yet. And that's a problem. And when you get into that mindset where you're questioning everything, you're looking at different things, different leads, things like that, different sales processes, whatever it is, when you let your mind wander and you're not pushing full throttle, you're just getting bored and you're looking for something new and exciting. You're trying to get that feeling back where you started in the current opportunity that you're in, because you wouldn't be in the opportunity that you're in if you didn't feel like you can do it. You didn't get that new and exciting feeling and have those emotions related with it. Okay. A lot of agents are just searching for that emotion when they're looking for different things. Okay. They're addicted to new. They're addicted to that feeling. They're obsessed with that feeling of what could be. But once they start doing it, they don't really make that full commitment. Okay. And it's impeding the progress that you could have if you just pushed through that initial period, that boring period, if you will, and kept going and fully committed. Okay. The uncomfortable truth about this business, right, is you can never know if you're in the right opportunity. There is no way to know that. You can't go try every single opportunity and find if it's the best one for you. Okay. A certain amount of research helps, right? To find a good opportunity, one that you connect with, but you'll eventually have to say, this is the one I'm going to stick with, and I'm going to give it all my effort and fully commit to it. I think that's the best way at taming that tendency to try new things all the time, to try and get that feeling of excitement back in the business. It's to make the commitment you're afraid of making. You don't want to commit because it cuts you off from new things that you could play around with, new technology, new leads, new product. Maybe this product's going to pay a little bit more commission, or it's going, whatever it is. There's that fear of commitment because you just want to keep trying new things because you get that feeling of excitement of what it could be. But the deepest long-term satisfaction and success in this business comes from focusing intently on one thing, putting your full commitment into one lead source, a few carriers, and just focusing and becoming successful in that way. I mean, that goes in life, right? Focusing on, putting all your focus on one business, on one person, on some place, right? Rather than just constantly jumping around and thinking about what could be, okay? It's just going to give you a lot of anxiety. You have to believe in yourself to focus and commit to something. I think there's a big subset of agents out there that, where their desire to start new things is actually their biggest weakness. Because we're told all the time that, entrepreneurship, starting something from nothing and, trying new things is what gets you to the next level. Okay. To an extent, like I said, that it does, but you have to fully commit to what a process is now. And then you can start trying new things once you see that success. Because if that thing doesn't work, you just go back to what you were doing before that works. That's when you start trying new things. But you have to fully commit to something first, okay? And I bet everyone watching this has at least one big commitment that they can make in their business today. Whether that's committing to more activity, whether that's committing to investing in more leads, or just committing to being more consistent in your business. Whatever it is, just check yourself. Are you constantly in a state of trying new things? Is that you? Is it holding you back at all? I mean, really think about that. Because if your mind is wandering to other, oh, maybe I could do better on this lead, or maybe I could do better with this company or this agency or in this niche or whatever it is. If you're not fully, if that's you, you're not fully focused and committed to your business, and it's holding you back, and it's the reason for failure, and that's the trap in this business. Because there's so many opportunities that are flooding your Facebook feeds or your emails or LinkedIn or whatever it is, okay? You're going to be constantly bombarded with people trying to tell you about their opportunities. You have to learn to just block that and focus on the opportunity that you're in. If you give it your full effort and you're not successful, then yes, it's time to switch things up. But really ask yourself if you're getting that full effort, okay? But an exercise you can do is really just visualize what it would feel like if you fully committed to the opportunity that you're in right now, okay? Cutting off all your alternatives. This is it. This is the path to success. You fully believe it. You fully commit to it. If your gut feeling, when you visualize that you put in that full commitment, if your gut feeling is telling you you'd be successful, then do it. Make that commitment. If you don't see yourself being successful, it's time to move on. All right? Just know that those who make the commitments are the successful ones in this business.